How's it going, everyone? It's Avi from Weather Swan 5000. Today is January 2nd, 2020, very early in the morning. As you can see, it's 1:24 a.m. right now. But I hope you guys had a good New Year. I hope you guys had a good holiday season. I hope you guys spent it the way you wanted to. But now I'm back after a long time, and I'm back to making videos. I'm do this on a regular basis. I won't really give an exact schedule, but I'm gonna do it regularly from now on, starting the new year. And let's get into it. So looking at the fork. Oh man, it's lagging. I need to refresh this, but um, it's refreshing. Let me turn on the radar so you guys could see what's going on. And yeah, let me zoom out a little bit to the US. Sorry this is taking so long. All right. All right, so you could pretty much start to see what's going on. So the first thing we have the first thing that's very notable on the radar is look at this huge area of rainfall that's pretty much covering a lot of the southeast coast. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Texas are all involved in this, and with all these showers and thunderstorms. And there earlier, like a couple minutes ago, there was a tornado warning issued embedded in one of these thunderstorms. I'm pretty sure they got canceled because I don't see them anymore. But you can see there's an abundance of rain. There's an abundance of thunder showers all throughout the Mississippi, Louisiana, and southeast area. And the reason why is due to this strong instability that's induced by a warm front that's located just right along the coast. And you could see and as you can see, the stark contrast between temperatures, it's 65 right here in the southern portion of Louisiana. But if you only go probably a couple, maybe 100 miles north, it lowers down to 49, which really shows a sharp contrast and temperature gradient between the Gulf of Mexico and what's going on in along the southeast. And that's creating instability, that's creating a lot of convection, and it's definitely something to keep in mind because that convection will extend the rain shower activity during the future of this storm, and it should dump a pretty sizable amount of rainfall throughout the southeast and especially the Mississippi Valley as we go forward. And that area of rainfall is going to continue to grow because we're going to see an oncoming cold front that's going to come from the Midwest down around the Missouri area and enhance the instability, enhance the convection. And as a result of that, we're going to see more precipitation because of that instability that's going to be induced by a clipper system that's going to come from the northwest. But yeah, what's happening right now with this rain shower? We're obviously going to see a lot of rain from this. I would expect rainfall that goes around the 1 to 2 to maybe 3 inch the 3 inch range within the southeast. And it actually could over the next 5 days it actually could go up to 5 inches along the Mississippi area, and maybe even 7 in isolated areas where you could experience a long duration event when it comes to the rainfall. But I'm gonna show you the future of this of the rainfall that's gonna occur in the U.S. So we're gonna check out the precipitation. Oh wait, let me switch to GFS. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is as of right now. You can see it's probably where we're at right now is it's probably a little bit more forward. It's probably the low pressure system is probably right around here, and rain showers probably extend a lot further than this, as I showed you earlier on the radar, the rain is a lot bigger than this. So let's move it forward to, yeah, this is closer to where we are right now. So I'm going to extend this for the next several days. It's 24 hours, 34 hours. And you can see the rain extends because we're going to see this extratropical low that won't really dip down enough to produce snow just yet in the short term future, but it will be enough to bring just enough cold air to where that low pressure might strengthen just a little bit, and it might combine uh with a shortwave trough that's located over the Kansas area, as I'll show you right now. Where, yeah, right there. So this is as of 9 o'clock. It's 1:30 right now, so it should be a little bit more forward than this, but it gives a general idea of where everything is. You can see that there's a shortwave trough that's just located to the southwest of Colorado, and that shortwave trough should will move closer and extend the rainfall, and as a result, the rainfall amounts in the Mississippi River Valley should be pretty high. So I'm gonna show you the current rainfall that's expected over that region, and you could see that lighter reds you see, that's probably about 4 to 5 inches expected, and you could see areas of 3 inches, 2 inches, all across Mississippi, all across Louisiana, through central Louisiana, and through northern Alabama, and extends all the way to Tennessee, Kentucky, and even as far north as West Virginia. So that's definitely something you guys gotta keep in mind. There might be a flood threat with this storm. Even though it might not be a snowstorm, a rainfall event could be huge in those areas, as it could create flooding problems, especially when we're talking about 3 to 5 inches of rain within the southeast area. So that's definitely something to keep in mind over the next several days. But there's more to it than that. With this storm system, it might create a snowfall event it should create a snowfall event for the Northeast, Indiana, the Great Lakes region should get in on this, and I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit more, so you guys get the better idea of what's really going on. So this, as right now, as I've shown you, that it's gonna dump a lot of rain, but eventually there's. Oh wait, let me pull up the frozen precipitation so you guys get a better idea of what exactly could happen in the future. So there's rain, and there's gonna be a clipper system that's gonna come from the northern portion of the Midwest. That's gonna come from Canada, pretty much. That's gonna form out of the Rocky Mountain region, because clippers form due to like wind from the Pacific going over a mountain. That air eventually sinks after it goes over the Rocky Mountains, after it condenses in the Rocky Mountains, and as that air sinks, it creates wind, and that wind gets entangled with the colder Arctic air from Canada, and it brings it on down south, which creates these clipper systems. And unfortunately, or fortunately for some people who like snow, it does induce snowfall across the US, and the how do I get out? Okay, yeah. And in this case, you could see that there's gonna be a little bit of rain, but it's gonna weaken as we head into the third, when it doesn't encounter as much instability as it did, let's say, around the Gulf of Mexico, because it's gonna lose contact with the warmer Gulf of Mexico water, and there simply won't be that much cold air yet to really increase it for that time being around January 3rd. But as we move forward to January 4th, there's going to be a small clipper system that's barely visible on the GFS model, that's going to sneak its way down to the US, and potentially and will combine with the low pressure that's currently over the Louisiana area, and create a new one, in fact, that should create a potential snowstorm for the Midwest and the interior Northeast. So You can see that the storm continues to strengthen down to a 982 just off the coast of New England. As we're going 3 days out, if we go 5, 6 days out, the storm moves out probably by January 6th. And currently, there's disagreements between GFS and European. The GFS is currently taking a more northern track, which would mean that it's more likely going to be a rainfall event for the southern portions of the Northeast. I'm talking about like Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, at least the southeastern portions of Pennsylvania. It should be more of a rain threat if the GFS model were to be right. And um, even if the European model is accurate, it should be a little bit more of uh, it should be a little bit more of a rain event for those places than a snow event. Currently the European is taking a more southward track than the GFS. The GFS is taking that low pressure system a little bit more north over land, but this is taking a more southeast approach. As my best guess is that since there's gonna be the European is predicting a weaker air ridge over Texas, that the low pressure system won't be really forced to go more up northward, and as a result, it should stay southward. As I'll give evidence of that, showing the 500 millibar height anomaly, and my best guess is that the GFS was taking a stronger ridge, which was forcing low pressure a little bit more up, but the European seems to be taking a little bit of a weaker ridge, and in the GFS it's a little bit higher, which I think was pushing the low pressure system a little bit more north for the Northeast, but for the European it's a little bit more south, and I think it's the result that there's going to be less of a ridge to really push it more up north, and as a result, the European is taking a more southern track. But the more southern track would mean that you're more likely to see snow in Pennsylvania, in New Jersey, especially as the storm continues to move out, as New Jersey and Pennsylvania experience the backside of this storm system, because the backside usually during extratropical cyclones is usually the colder side, and that should increase the chances of snow, especially if it takes a southward track as the European model is taking. So we're still 3 days out from this event, but I could assure you, that the northern portions, interior northeast regions should experience some type of snowfall event. So this, as of right now, is current snowfall forecast, and over the next 5 days, and you can see mostly the interior northeast is involved with the snowfall with this snow as of right now. But now, since I saw the European model take a little bit more of a southern track during the latest update, I wouldn't be surprised if that snowfall forecast moved a little bit more south to where New Jersey and even New York City, Boston get involved with this. So for people living in New York City metro area or Boston or southern New England, I wouldn't let your guard down just yet. I don't expect a major snowstorm just yet, but it's definitely something to keep in mind, because if this storm moves a little bit more south like the European is taking, that's something to take precaution of very seriously. But whether this moves north or south, I do expect there's going to be some type of snow event in the interior northeast, so make sure to prepare for that in those areas. And other than the northeast, other than the southeast, which will experience a heavy rain event, we also have to pay attention to the Pacific Northwest, where the higher elevations will experience an abundance of snowfall just because of the crazy amount of low pressure systems that's going to go over the Pacific Northwest as we head into over the next couple of days. And I will show you the current forecast for the GFS model. So let me show you the precipitation. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, there's snow in the higher elevations. There's a low pressure system just off the coast, and there's this huge high pressure that's just off the coast of California. That's gonna steer a lot of these low pressure systems onto the Northwest Pacific. And if we move over the next several hours, there's one that passes by. There's another that comes through. That's gonna bring heavy snow as well, and heavy rain to Seattle and Portland area. So keep in mind of that. And there's just going to be a lot of snow over the next several days in this region. So if you're into skiing in in the Northwest, or if you don't want snow in the Northwest, especially in the higher elevations, then make sure to keep that in mind, because there's going to be a lot of snow in that area as a result of this high pressure steering a lot of low pressures onto the Pacific Northwest region. So make sure to keep track of that. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope make sure to subscribe if you like it if you like it, and dislike it if you don't. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a great day.